I want to go over the types of unemployments so you would know what we're looking at when we say unemployment. And there essentially are three types. Sometimes we add a fourth or a fifth. I want you to focus on the first three. The one we talk about the most is frictional, or as part of being maybe okay type of unemployment, is frictional unemployment. In frictional unemployment, people have skills. They are employable. They might be moving to a different city and don't have a job yet. They might be just out of college and haven't found a job yet, but are employable. They might be leaving one job to move up to find better work or a managerial position. But they are qualified, they have education, and usually are not out of work very long. This type of unemployment's okay because if people never left their jobs, the economy wouldn't have as many opportunities in terms of its flow. If there are jobs open in one area, that is to say if software engineering in Silicon Valley and in California, people leave their jobs to go find better jobs there. And while they're moving, they're frictionally unemployed. It's okay to, if you go to college, you might be out of a job for a month or two or 3 months or 4 months, depending on how bad the economy is. Maybe you're lucky enough to find a job out of college, but it promotes people going to college because it promotes people trying to get better jobs. And with that, they're making more money, and that's better for the economy as a whole. So frictional unemployment we're okay with. The next one down is structural unemployment. And usually what that means is the job has been replaced to some sort of automation. That our economy has moved beyond that type of job. We can do things in the economy that no longer need the skills of these people. That means that technology is advancing and we need more training. Structural unemployment's not great, but it's also not horrible in that it shows that our economy is advancing technologically and are creating more opportunities. For instance, it's pushing our production possibilities out. So this would make the PPC move out, production possibility curve move out. Think about somebody on a factory line and robots have been designed to do the work of a human. Well, it sucks for that one guy, but over time he'll get new training and probably find a better job, hopefully. But we can make more goods for cheaper now, and that's good for an economy as a whole. When we're looking at the macro economy, we're not talking about the one guy who loses his job. We're talking about the economy as a whole and how that technological innovation has helped us out or expanded our production possibilities. Cyclical unemployment is the one we worry about because cyclical unemployment means we're in a recession. People are losing their jobs because there's not enough work. People are getting laid off. That's not good. And this is what we worry about. When we're in recession, for instance right now, in early 2011, we're not in recession anymore because our economy is advancing. But we're not adding jobs as much as we'd like. There's 9.7% unemployment, which means there's lots of cyclically unemployed people. Now, oftentimes you'll hear economists talk about full employment. And when we say full employment, we don't mean everyone is working. Essentially what we mean is everyone's working except those who are frictionally and structurally unemployed. And we count those as being okay. So for instance, we can have, let's say, 4 to 5% unemployment, and if it's these 4 and 5% of the people are frictionally or structurally unemployed, we still consider that to be full employment. Now, once cyclical unemployment happens and this number starts going up, well, then that means that we're having a problem, right? We're either going into or coming out of a recession. Now, there's also a couple different types. One you might hear a lot, seasonal unemployment, oftentimes like people who cut grass or have a lawn service when it's nice outside, or maybe have a snow shoveling service when it's inclement weather. And obviously, if they have a lawn care's job in Kentucky, there's not going to be a lot of grass cutting or landscaping in January or February. If they have a snow shoveling job, well, there's not going to be a lot of work in July. So we'd say though that they are seasonally unemployed. Usually those people will have a job in the off-season and so are not real huge factors in the unemployment. So really what we're looking at in terms of our unemployment rate is cyclical unemployment to show if we're beyond or below where we want to be. But these are 4 types to think about that go along with the corresponding numbers we talked about in terms of adding up the unemployment rate, labor force participation, and the civilian labor force itself. So these are the types of unemployment.